Oh, so much hair for a newborn. We need to start planning his baptism and his holiday outfit and, ooh, his birthday party.
Sure, but, how long are you planning to stay?
If you're one of those who goes to meet your newborn nephew and stays until his first birthday party, switch to Cricket Wireless. Use your phone as many days as you want in Mexico without extra cost. Smile. You're on Cricket. Requires eligible plan. Minimum $55 per month. Data speed usage and other restrictions apply. Coverage not available everywhere. See store for details.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Greetings, Flesh Wound Radio freaks, and welcome to the first in a while Flesh Wound After Dark special. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya. I feel like I need to do the intro in a sexy voice, but I don't have it. I don't have a sexy voice, so sorry.
I thought that was
need to get
a
a
sexy
lady
voice.
to record something. I try, but yeah, we need a lady to record our After Dark opening. I was thinking about that, but that's time permitting. How are you doing, sir?
All is well this evening. How about yourself?
I know. I got home just in time to record this. And just in time to JBL. I JBL'd Todd. I bullied him into actually ordering something, which, I mean, it's like 100 to 1 at this point, but I did get you to buy the Chaos bundle.
You did, and I'm sure I put up more of a fight than you thought I was going to.
I was going to say, it's like, get the 25. I'm like, no, you're not, Todd. The poster, an extra Blu-ray, I know you have it, but you can sell it, and the DVD, you're gonna spend the $50. I should have just said, Todd, just bend over, I'll kick you in the balls, and you can part with that $50, because that's what's going to happen. So I did.
So
I'm proud of myself.
We'll have the review soon, let's be honest.
We will. We could. I mean, we could do Chaos on this show. I mean, I know for you it's light sexploitation fare, but I don't know, maybe a little extreme. At least for what we're doing today.
We could do Flesh Room Extreme After Dark, and I could just have all my sexy pics.
God, what the fuck would we? Flesh Wound After Dark Extreme. I know we're doing some more different kind of shows like this once in a while. What the fuck would we have on Extreme, though? I mean, shit, like the actual Miranda tapes? I mean, like, what would we do for that?
We'd have to track down the Federal 5 is the first thing.
Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, you know a lot of these people. We've got to review those at some point. I mean, those are like underground stuff. Legend.
I got to reach out to the right people on that. I know they're out there. Although
they all got
Bob
released.
said he might have a lead. I got to bug Bob.
Ooh, yes, bug Bob. Absolutely. I mean, they all came out. I mean, I'd imagine I should clarify we were talking about the films Robert Black released through Extreme Associates that got he and his wife Lizzie Borden tossed in jail for, you can Google it, long story, but yes, those are the stuff of legend. We should cover those. I know, like you said, cocktails, it's like, how do you review that? But
is it really the only one on there that is review-worthy is Forced Entry?
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones, Cocktails is going to be, there's the other one on there. See, I think I have 2 of the 5 already. I want to say it was Cocktails, too. Actually, you know what? Since this is super sexy, I'm looking it up. Well, you can talk while I'm doing my Googling, because otherwise we just have dead air.
We don't want dead air. We've got, while he's Googling, that sounds like a sex act, Todd, but I think people know what you mean. It's probably a sex act, too.
Okay.
You can Google Googling.
Here we go. The filming of Lizzie Borden's movie Forced Entry, which included several simulated rapes, was covered in the PBS Frontline documentary American Porn, which aired February 7th, 2002. Okay, that's just that. That's one of them. That's the big one. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, the one with a plot.
Extreme Team 24 contains a scene. Oh, I don't know. Do we want to top it off with this on such a light one, or do we want to end with the federal flag? Why don't we do that? I'll leave this window open.
Leave it open.
This feels more like we're doing happy, sexy fun, not dark and
fucked up. Yeah, this is light and sexy fun.
We'll give you a warning, an actual warning, because although this is after dark, I felt like we didn't need the warning as much on this one, because we're doing more. This is really the erotic thriller show. I should have just called it that.
And a sex comedy.
That's true. That is true. Maybe that's why I didn't do that. Yeah, we figured we'd go more the TNA route instead of the hardcore route, which we've always said we were going to do on After Dark, and these are all easily available, so we figured, why not?
We've been doing After Dark a long time, but it's been a while since we've had a totally separate episode, and I was like, wow, no Vinegar Syndrome? But then I was like, well, there's usually always one title, though, that couldn't make it a separate After Dark, so so it's nice to do a separate After Dark. We'll have that. We'll have a throwback type show. I know you don't like that word, but until we figure out the title, we'll just say a throwback show. So we don't really have news per se. No sexy news going on as far as I'm aware of. There probably is somewhere. I will say in the future, my friend Audrey Noland, who's been on some different reality shows and has some hilarious stories. Todd, you know her as the pretty woman girl that you insulted. We might have her on at some point. I will leave a teaser for this, because this is one of the funniest true stories I have ever heard. She used to work as an escort, and all I'll say is Cheese Man. It is one of the funniest and at the same time most fucked up stories I've ever seen, but it is hilarious. Hold on.
Let me ask you this. Did you just say her name?
Huh?
Did you just say her name?
Oh, I did. She's very open about that, though, so that's no problem.
Yeah.
She's on a reality show, Todd.
But is the story public knowledge is my problem.
Which story?
The story you want to tell, is it been openly told in a public forum?
Oh yeah, the Cheese Man is anonymous. I don't know who he is. It's just
okay. I just don't want you. I just don't. Yeah. Okay.
The Cheese Man is not his legal name.
Well, no, I know that. I just wanted. Yeah. I'm sorry about. Yeah, you should always off last names even when talking about this stuff.
Well, if you want to bleep it, you can bleep it.
Hold on.
That's up to you.
I know. It's always up to me. I'm producing.
You can bleep it. All right, so.
That's too much work there. It's just a really late beep.
There you go. I was going to say she's going to be on the show. She's in her name. No big deal. The Cheese Man doesn't matter. I have no idea who the Cheese Man is. But, yeah, it is. Oh, God, is it funny. I would tell it now, but I'll see if we can get her on at some point. She seems to want to, so she'll tell that story. It's so funny.
Well,
and it
do you know later on today on one of our reviews, we actually have an XPW connection. I don't know if you caught it. Well, we'll get into the reviews.
Well,
and
I think I know what it has to be. Well, not necessarily. All right, so.
Well, just tell me when we get. Just tell me when we get to film. I think it is. Why don't we start out with our Blu-ray, the recently released ones?
All right, so we'll kick it off with our oldest title, which is from legendary director Andy Sidaris, which, if you don't know that name, he would definitely be in the Hall of Fame, the Flesh Wound After Dark Hall of Fame. For, I guess we can classify them as action skin flicks. Not, they're not. None were soft core per se. Busty action. There you go. Lots of Julie Strain. You can get most of his movies are on that set. The Andy Sidaris collection. I forget what the
I have to
most
tell
recent
you,
one.
yes, there's a couple of them. I have to tell you, I recently had a regret because I had the first 2 volumes that had all the discs, and like each one had a cover, and then those later sets came out, and I got those because they were space savers. I'm really hating that decision now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know which versions you have, but
I have the newest one, and then I had a couple others, but I'm like, I can't keep multiple versions of the same movie.
I know, I get it, but I had the first 2 sets, and I still regret that.
Once in a while, I still see those pop up, like in like different used movie stores, because I think that new set pretty much devalued them anyways. So you'd think, but they still hold their value. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird when I do eBay. It depends. Some stuff's weird. What sells and what doesn't. It's hard to. Sometimes people ask me, and I'm like, I don't know. It's odd. But anyways, 7 is Andy Sidaris' second feature film. He actually started on the ABC Wide World of Sports and Monday Night Football. Decided to do skin flicks. I am happy about this decision. His first film was actually a 1973 flick called Stacy. But this is 7. This is a 1979 film. And this follows: Hawaii has fallen under the control of a ruthless cartel of 7 gangsters. The FBI acquires the services of an ex-agent turned assassin, Drew Savano, who in turn assembled a team of 7 hitmen to stop the crime cartel. All right, so this movie is hilarious. This movie is politically incorrect as fuck. It functions as an action movie. This is not, again, for any new listeners, this is really going back to the era where, this is a legit action film. It's hilarious. This isn't a bump and grind softcore flick. I don't want to give anybody that impression. There is nudity and, a lot of sex appeal, but this is an action flick. And one of the funnier ones you could ever come across. I feel, not that we're ranking his movies tonight, but in a lot of ways you could possibly argue that this is his best. Obviously the budgets start going down, but his films always looked good. None of his films looked particularly cheap that I recall. There is an amazing cast. We get Martin Covey. We get Barbara Lee as Alexa, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she was the model for Vampirella. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to fact check that, but I've actually met her. She still looked amazing at Chiller. And could be wrong on that. Is it a different Barbara? No, Vampirella, yes. Wanted to fact check that. Still a beautiful lady the last I saw her. So this film has a lot of things. We also get Weekend at Bernie's Terry Kaiser as the senator. So we've got a great B-movie cast. This movie will have you rolling. You have an assassin called the Skateboarder who literally kills people with a crossbow He's a handlebar mustache, 80s-looking pro wrestler who rides around on a skateboard and kills people with a fucking crossbow. You have some of the funniest one-liners. It's some of which are pretty racist. You have a white stand-up comedian that pretends to be black, as you can imagine. That's interesting. This movie is a gut buster. It really is. Yet at the same time, you get your action fix. What do you think of this one, Todd?
Yeah, I'm with you. I do think I do prefer his later films, but this one is a little bit different, a little more actiony. And you know, it doesn't have Buff Bagwell, so that's always going to be a point against it. But but yeah, it's definitely it's a fun one. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen this one since Cable.
Oh wow!
I haven't seen this one in years, so I was an enjoyment. Because I always think of the 12. I forget there's like three or four others he's done. I always forget, you know. Oh, I forget the other. But yeah, it was like watching a new movie. I haven't seen it forever, and it was entertaining and fun and politically incorrect and batshit crazy.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. It's like when the black guy on the team meets the cowboy, and he makes that fucking watermelon joke, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
This is definitely the 70s. And then they hug and laugh about it. I was like, oh, wow. And some of the humor is kind of stupid, but it just, I don't know, there's something about this one. It just works. I mean, there's the sex doll in the airport. I thought that was hilarious. Dudes that could only get laid in the 70s, like right now, no way. It had everything about a cheesy action film that I love. And like I said, this is not, if you're familiar with some of his later work, there's probably not as much nudity as you might expect. Again, this is not really softcore, but you do get plenty of skin. And plenty of handlebar, mustachioed assassins. And I do feel like this, in terms of production value, is one of his best, if not his best. There's a great motorcycle chase. There's a lot of cool chase scenes in general. A guy gets his nuts blown up by a fucking grenade, which was a cool little kill that I like to think they ripped off in Hard Target with Van Damme and Lance Henriksen. A little different, but yes. And you get ridiculous lines like "Does a bear shit in the woods?" and "Hi-ya, my ass." This is kind of a must-own if you love just wild, batshit action flicks. Yeah, what is your favorite, Todd? Do you kind of have one in your head for Andy Sidaris?
I do. Off the top of my head, it's been a while since I've watched them all. I want to say Day of the Warrior, or I really like Return. I like and it's really a coincidence. I like the Buff Bagwell ones. That Return to Savage Beast. I swear it's not on purpose.
You're a closet Buff Bagwell mark, Todd. Just admit it.
God, no.
You'd flex to the Buff Daddy theme when he came out on Thunder.
Oh, God.
You hold a grudge to Rick Steiner for breaking his neck. Come on, Todd. Admit it.
I did like that team when they finally put them together.
I remember the American Males. I was going to say, I remember when he was teaming with Scorpio back in the day. I feel like he had some potential at one point. Not the most well-liked guy, but if you go back to his early days, I think he had some potential.
His mama fucked it up. All right, I'm looking at it.
His mom did fuck it up. But,
does Stacy have a home video release?
I don't believe so, and that, at least not stateside, and that I feel you have a good shot at. Although, shit, I keep forgetting, like, Malibu Express is actually a remake of Stacy. I can't remember how close they are. Yeah, technically it's supposed to be a remake.
I didn't know. I'm a big fan of Malibu Express. Honestly, looking at his filmography, I don't think there's one I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a few possibilities for Blu-ray. I'm not sure what the rights issues are with some of them, but...
we already have one, but that's the thing. If the other 12, is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I thought it was 12. I only count. Whatever. They're all owned by the same company.
Yeah, it was actually. I'll confirm it here. The set. And I have, like I said, I do have the newest one, if I can find it. The set, I know, it's not all of it.
12 film set. 12 film set.
But it wasn't all of his movies, right? Yeah, Girls, Guns, and G-Strings is the set I have.
Yeah,
and
that's the...
Mill Creek. That's... I know Stacy's not on there.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Not. For some reason... Wait, hold on. The Dallas Connection is not on his IMDb. So there's a couple... Did he just write that one, maybe?
No, I could have sworn he directed that too.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, the Dallas Connection is missing from his IMDb, and there has to be another one then. Let me see. Enemy Gold. And Enemy Gold is not on his IMDb.
Huh. That's very weird.
Yeah.
It's just a website mistake or something then. Yeah, I think he directed all of them.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's not under writer either. Yeah, those two are MIA. That's really weird.
I remember when I found out Bagwell, because at that point, if a wrestler was in something, I was going to grab it no matter what. Not the case so much now. I have not watched Christmas Bounty or some of those terrible family. I have not, unfortunately. Back then, I remember Bagwell, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll have to see this. And then I found out it was like a soft core film, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I hope it's not Bagwell showing something. But you beeping me?
I am not.
Oh, okay. I heard a beep. No big deal. So, yes. But 7, like I said, 7, you don't have to be a soft core fan. So this one, if you just like funny, over-the-top action flicks, then this is pretty much a must-own, as far as I'm concerned. It's way up there. And memorable villains, I mean, Reggie Nailder as the Hermit, probably your favorite, kind of a Freddy Krueger-looking BDSM freak that they have to fight, and a memorable team. I'm actually sad that this didn't get sequels. I would have loved to have seen this group back together again, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this one, I don't know that it's perfect, but it's pretty close to fucking perfect, and I give it a 4.5.
No, I'm a lot lower. I'm a 3.5. I thought it was fun. But there's so many bands in his filmography. I definitely recommend it. It's not a top-notch one for me.
Oh, wow. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
But you wanted more titties. I understand.
Always.
You wanted Julie Strain, but she would have been underage, I think, at this point. So she comes along later, Todd. You can't have her in everything.
You just went and made it weird.
I'm just saying, it was 79. She wasn't old enough to do skin flicks at that point. Or she might have been just...
I was going to say,
no.
79, no.
Nah, she wasn't.
I'm curious what year she was born. Have we got any update on her condition?
Well, I think, I should actually recap that because for those of you unaware, I mean, I know we mentioned this on the show a while back. She's battling, I guess, head-related injuries. She had an accident way back that I guess is rearing its head now, unfortunately, and she's having dementia, I believe, and I've been kind of following it on Facebook. I mean, she's not like gone or anything, but yeah, it's very, very sad. I don't know with that if you can really improve or what, but it kind of added up to why she stopped doing movies, I'm guessing. So,
well, we are so close. She would have been 17.
Oh, okay.
She was born in 62.
Well, 17 doesn't stop Asia Argento. Bad joke. I know.
I'm no selling it.
No selling it like Hogan. Todd just started waving his finger at me and hulking up. Be careful or I'll HBK you. It's going to be a 360 when you slam me in the corner. But anyways, enough wrestle talk. All right, so.
Here we got titties. I would blame Buff Bagwell, or his mother. God damn it, Judy Bagwell.
Yeah, it's her fault. Why'd you have to book her? He's in pretty rough shape, I heard as well. I've met him. He's one of those guys, he's got like that reputation, but I got to say, meeting him, I think I met him twice actually. Very nice guy. I actually brought up Terror Tract. And I could be mistaken, but I think I brought up his Sedaris work too. He
was in Terror Tracks? I totally forgot about that.
He was, yeah, the anthology with John Ritter.
Yeah, I really liked that one.
Yeah, he played, if I recall, the Exterminator in one of those segments. So there you go, Doc. You got to revisit the glorious filmography of Buff Daddy.
I actually have that. I actually have that on my DVR in HD.
Oh, that's got an HD print. That was Lionsgate, right?
Nope, that is Universal. Just like Cherry Falls, which I was kind of hoping we'd get around the same time as the Blu-ray. Just never was with love.
I wonder if that one has any chance at getting a release. To Blu-ray.
I think Scream Factory could do it, although our former co-host is on a personal crusade currently against Scream Factory.
I saw him post a lot of stuff. I didn't get to read it. I've been busy the last day or two.
Oh, no, he has a video now. There's a video now.
Oh. What did they fuck up?
They used the VHS audio instead of Laserdisc audio on Return of the Living Dead, and there's a few spots you can hear what sounds like tracking adjusting.
Return of the Living Dead 2.
Oh, yes, sorry, 2.
Well, I don't have that yet because I wasn't going to pay $35. But I will say I cannot defend Scream Factory. They have fucked up a lot.
I'm not either,
so I'm
but
probably on his side.
I know, I am too. It's just to the point where I don't get why people blindly just love Scream Factory. All they do is want to fuck over the fans, it feels like, at this point.
Yeah, but I don't. Do you consider them the creme de la creme anymore?
No, I do not. They're the anchor band. They're following the fucking same patterns. They started out hard and quick and good, and now they're slowly, going downhill.
Yeah, suck it, take what we give you, sort of deal. Because there's companies with a small fraction of the resources and money that they've got that don't fuck up releases like they're doing. It's gotten annoying. I haven't gotten my Black Christmas replacement, which I know is easy. I just haven't gotten around to doing
it. You need to stop lagging on that. Oh, there's a Changeling fix too.
A Changeling fix now?
Yep. I'll send you the info later. The audio in the first half is something. There's a buzz throughout it, and then it drops frames. So they're fixing that. Oh, and the CD screwed up too.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to help me out with that.
And if you picked up, and I don't know if you picked up Lionheart or not, the first pressing's got a fuck up, and then the fixed pressing, the authoring house fucked up and used the first file. So the replacement was fucked up. So now the third one's fixed. What this has to do with After Dark, I don't know, but
well, you're warning people. So there you go. I didn't notice anything on Changeling, but I'll have to.
We'll talk about this again on our regular show.
DVD Botchamania special. All right. So our next film is a sex comedy from an opinion here. The director's name is Nimrod Zalmanowitz. Is that a fake name?
I'm going to say absolutely not.
Nimrod Zalmanowitz.
I'm looking at
a lot of editing work.
I'm looking
he's
up.
Been an editor.
He doesn't have any AK. I was joking. I don't know. There's a picture for him and everything.
Yeah, but who the fuck names their kid Nimrod? I mean, you might as well attach a note, please kick the shit out of me, when you send them to school. I mean, that's
Does that used to be a real name?
I'm hoping it's a family name. I just noticed that.
No,
wait. It's got to be fake.
Nimrod is a biblical figure described as a king in the land of Shinar, who was according to the Book of Genesis and Book of Chronicles. So do you just keep fucking up shit?
I thought Nimrod just meant moron.
What does it mean to be a Nimrod? Definition of a Nimrod. A descendant of Ham, represented in Genesis as a mighty hunter and king of Shinar. 2, not capitalized, hunter. 3, and 3, not capitalized, slang, idiot, jerk.
Okay, because here's my thing. Some names disappear. Are you going to name your fucking kid Adolf? I mean, even OJ at this point? I mean,
hey, Aressel is a good family name.
You have another kid, Todd. You naming him OJ? I mean, come on.
I tried to get Krug through, but that didn't work.
But Krug is not a real murdering psychopath. You know.
This is true.
Allegedly. Well, not allegedly. He was convicted civilly, so whatever. I don't know. Allegedly. So, All-American Bikini Car Wash. An enterprising college student agrees to run his professor's Las Vegas car wash to avoid flunking out of school. But it's Vegas gone wild when he decides to staff it with gorgeous bikini-clad girls in an effort to pay back the local mob bosses. There you go. Hopefully I gave a good synopsis on that. All right, so believe it or not, this is like a subgenre now because there's a bunch of you've got Bikini Car Wash Company. In the realm of After Dark classics, I highly recommend Bikini Drive-In, which that's a good one. Light, and again, not a bump and grinder. It's a genuinely funny film, and probably one of the best performances from a man that I worked with, Conrad Brooks. He was actually quite amusing in that one. Great movie. Great Fred Olen Ray movie. We will have to cover that at some point. That one's a lot of fun. That's like a good example, because I know some people have asked, is like, well, is that all just porn that you do on these shows? And I'm like, no, not at all. There was an art form to these late night Cinemax favorites, and Bikini Drive-In's a great example. But enough putting over that movie, which we're not reviewing tonight. Michelle Bauer always inspires that. All-American Bikini Car Wash. Todd, how would you say, did this do its ancestors proud?
I think it did. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. We actually did a last-minute switch, if anyone saw the original description.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was kind of. It wasn't like over the top on the nudity. It did enough to follow the genre. It was a basic plot, but I liked it for what it was. Yeah, no, it really was. These movies are really kind of just simple and fun. There was nothing about it that had me busting a gut like some of the classics, but it was just a good example of a proper proper sex comedy. Again, cough, Dustin. I think I've already tried to forget that one, but it's a good example. It's sexy. There's no, like I said, this is not like seduction cinema where, although I love me some seduction cinema, but it's not like porn without the porn. This one, I will say it ran a touch long. It felt like this one could have been a little bit shorter. There was some filler, but it's a likable cast, a light plot. They could have done a little bit more with the mob angle. I felt it could have, developed that a little bit more. I like the Urkel nerd character. I think he was my favorite in this one, especially competing with the lesbian for Tori. I thought that was pretty amusing. Not a big shock where they go with that, but And some of the humor, like I said, it's just cheesy stuff. How do you spot a blind guy at a nudist colony? It's not hard. Yuck, yuck. It's the type of movie you watch, or you used to watch back in the day at 1 a.m. on a Saturday, and just had fun with it. So some background on this one. It is on DVD. It is also free on Amazon Prime, which I'd probably recommend you check it out first if you've got that. And if you really like it, and if you're a sex comedy aficionado, there is a region-free Blu-ray from Asia. I can't remember if it was a Korean or a Chinese I looked it up.
disc.
It's Hong Kong.
Okay, Hong Kong region-free disc. Going to run you a little more, but you can check that out. I like it. What can I say? I'm easy to please. Is there anything, this is not a classic. There's nothing mind-blowing about it, but the cast was very likable. The sort of Stifler-type side character was funny. It felt like, I don't know, my only major criticism is it felt like it needed a couple of those big gags that it didn't quite deliver. But nonetheless, the sex comedy's kind of a lost art now. I still give this one 3 stars.
Well, I'm a little higher. I'm 3.5 on this one. I had a lot of fun with it.
Sweet. So there you go. You can check that one out. All right. So, Todd, are we doing a break tonight? I didn't even ask you. I know it's a shorter show.
We can. I don't have anything prepared because I totally slacked on that, but we always got some classics on here.
Do we have White Bun Busters. I want to hear it, and people could be listening.
That was the classic I was thinking of. We'll be back.
Sweet.
Well, I guess in 4.5 minutes. All right. What?
I want to clarify. It makes sense tonight. You know who directed White Bun Busters, don't you?
Gregory
Dark. So it's a lead.
There you go. It
there
does. We actually, yeah. You have to practice your radio DJ to send through to these. I'm just saying.
Yeah. White Bun Busters.
Out there somewhere, staring at the stars and thinking about that time we tried anal sex and it didn't work out. Well, baby, if you can hear me, I want you to listen good, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the White Bun Busters, and no matter where you are, they're going to bust your fucking buns. They're really gonna bust some buns. White Bun Busters. They'll fuck anything but nuns, 'cause they're the White Bun Busters. They're White Bun Busters. Call White Bun Busters. And you and me and you. That's me. Though they aren't very bright, they can keep it up all night. It's all a part of the game. Fuck one ass and they're all the same, 'cause they're the White Bun Busters. They're White Bun Busters. Call White Bun Busters. And you and me and you. That's me. See 'em walking down the street with their weenies out. Makes you want to jump up and jump down and shout. Oh, White Bun Busters! Call White Bun Busters. They're White Bun Busters. Call White Bun Busters. And you and me and you. That's me. If your girlfriend thinks it's uncool, call the guys who'll pack her stool. Give Bun Busters a call. They're hanging out at the shopping mall. They're White Bun Busters. They're White Bun Busters. Call White Bun Busters. And you and me and you. That's me. You see 'em walking down the street where their hooters hanging out. It makes you want to go to a restaurant and eat sauerkraut. So if you need some help, don't eat vitamin C and kelp. Call White Bun Busters. They're White Bun Busters. Call White Bun Busters. And you and me and you. That's me. White Bun Busters. White Bun Busters. White Bun Busters. White Bun Busters.
back. I'm just imagining which do you have. Do you have like the Poonies for your ringtone, and it just says White Bun Busters for your text message? How do you have that all set up?
Todd, if I could fucking do it, maybe when I'm down in Los Angeles, you can make the Poonies my ringtone.
I will make that happen for you.
I don't know how to do it.
I know.
But I'm going to throw it out there. The Poonies is great. White Bun Busters may even be the best song, though.
That's
a tough one.
Well, because is White Bun Busters a parody? The song, I mean, because it's a song we recognize. Because
it's kind of like a beat song, sort of.
It is. They come up with obvious Ghostbusters, but they don't.
Yeah, it's not a Ghostbuster. It's been a while since I've seen it. I had it on VHS. I don't think White Bun Busters is on DVD, though.
It's not. You can find it on the dark web, probably. And Black Bun Busters.
There you go. Well, at least they're equal opportunists. You know, everybody gets a shot to bust the buns. So yeah, there you go.
I'm looking. White Bun Busters is billed as having the world's first DP hetero fart box fixated feature. Black Bun Buster. That's what the description I just said.
I tried to follow that. It's not the first DP. No way.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
Oh, it's 85, but no, that's not the first DP.
So's Black Bun Busters. Did they just like? Is this like a case of like Dracula and Spanish Dracula?
Yeah, maybe. Spanish Dracula is actually pretty underrated, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think, is there a Black Bun Busters?
Yes.
I don't know if it's a Gregory Dark film, though.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's same year.
Yeah, it's not a Gregory Dark film though. It's interesting.
I found a clip.
Todd, are you looking at White Bun Busters while we do a show? How unprofessional.
No. I'm looking at Black Bun Busters. I'm looking at Black Bun Busters.
That's some black buns getting did in the background there.
You just got sent a clip for later. All right.
I should just fucking play it now.
Well,
oh my God. We're going to save it. I'm going to announce this ahead of time. We're going to have an After Dark moment on our All Wild Eye, I believe, review show next week just for pugs. You have got to pull audio from the Harley Quinn clip. You must, Todd.
Okay, well, I'll make it happen.
Must. That's a tease, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. It's fucking hilarious. All right, so I thought maybe you mixed it up with Let Me Tell You About Black Chicks, because he did that and Let Me Tell You About White Chicks, but I didn't think there was an actual sequel to White Bun Busters.
I don't know if it is. I mean, with the name's so similar, it's hard to think it's not.
Yeah, he did a lot of anal stuff, Between the Cheeks, and Between the Cheeks actually had several sequels too. We'll cover Between the Cheeks when we do a more Triple X show. There you go. And we can't forget, Gregory Dark also had a mainstream career with softcore, but also he directed WWE Studios' See No Evil with Kane.
I was going to say WWE Film's greatest feature.
I thought it would have been. Did you hear the story about Vince and an idea they nixed?
Oh God, no.
There was a scene, legit, he wanted this. The scene where, I think he's in the cage or something, I can't remember. But anyway, there's a scene where, like, he turns around and it's, like, revealed that he has, like, a 20-inch penis, Kane's character, Jacob Goodnight. And Vince wanted that in, and I guess they successfully politicked against it. So you nearly had an 18-inch John Holmes Wang on Kane, but it didn't happen. I'm not quite sure how that made sense or tied into anything, but there you go. No Kane cockshot, ladies. I'm sorry. So anyways, hardcore legend and softcore legend Gregory Dark directed this 1992 film entitled Mirror Images, which he definitely directed under a pseudonym, Alexander Gregory Hippolyte. And this one, many of you will remember from the old days of late night cable. A beautiful redhead named Caitlin, seeking to get away from her boring life and her uncommunicative husband Jeffrey, assumes the identity of her outgoing blonde identical twin sister Shauna when she leaves town, and Caitlin soon becomes embroiled with a psychotic serial killer who is stalking Shauna. All right. So I was a big fan of these back in the day. I had not seen them in a while. These are not on DVD, but they are on Full Moon streaming. So that's where you can check them out. They look great. I'm hoping maybe we get a DVD at some point, at the very least, if there is a God. So I am a big fan of these. No, not that early, but Julie Strain even has a small role in this. And I think it's funny, if you're a Seinfeld fan, John O'Hurley, who plays the detective, he played Jay Peterman on Seinfeld. You get to see Peterman fuck in this one. So, ladies, there you go. If you ever wanted to see John O'Hurley just fucking pound a beautiful redhead, you can see it in this. It also features a non-homeless man performance from George Buckflower. He's a working man in this one. Any movie with George Buckflower is good in my book. He made everything work. This is a great example of erotic thriller. This is, again, the sequel, which we'll get into, goes a little more into the softcore realm. But this one's titillating. It doesn't linger. It's not, 20 minutes of plot in a 90-minute movie and the rest is all sex. You can count. There's a drinking game with this one where I think you can count the Me Too moments. This one has quite a bit of some. And I like the twin angle. I really do. I said, WWE Studios, we got to remake these with the Bella twins. I don't know if they want to get naked at this point, but we'll see. And you get a little lesbian action with Julie Strain, which was nice. This film stars Delia Shepard, who had a little bit of mainstream success. She was in Rocky V and did some stuff like that. She's still working, actually. Gorgeous girl who plays both Caitlin. You a fan of Delia?
I love her in Sex Bomb. I am. But I always think of Sex Bomb.
Oh, I thought you were calling her a sex bomb. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, the actual film, Sex Bomb.
Yeah, there's so many Me Too moments in this. I thought you just both made sense. So, but yeah, no, I really liked the angle with this, the VHS tapes and everything. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought it was really funny when, of course, Jeff Conway of Taxi fame and the Surreal Life fame. There's a bad joke in there.
I know. Didn't he pass?
Yes, he's one of the casualties of not Surreal Life.
Drew, Dr.
Whatever Dr. Drew's show. Fuck, it's slipping my mind.
I know.
Not Sober House. What the fuck did he call his show? It had such a I mean, so many fucking people dropped that were on that.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of it. But, yeah, he's in it. There's a funny scene where the senator is, like, diddling a girl in front of him, and he's uncomfortable and not sure whether he should leave the room or not. And, yeah, I mean, a lot of these movies kind of show that a little plot is a good thing. They give
Celebrity
you
Rehab.
titillation. Celebrity Rehab. Fuck, what was I thinking? It was easy, and I was making it hard. There you go. Yes, he was one of the casualties of Celebrity Rehab. He was on the same season Mary Carey was on. I remember that.
Wow.
And Sean Young. I think Sean Young was on, too. He was probably one of the more fucked up ones. You kind of looked at him, and it was like, this guy's going to die. And unfortunately, he did. But there's that story out there about him, like, allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but him, like, passed out at John Travolta's house and waking up to see Travolta sucking his dick. That's, I would
allegedly.
I would have, allegedly. It's a story out there. I wasn't there. If I was, I would have tried to wake him up and, get Travolta's lips off his dingus. I don't know. That's got to be a what the fuck moment. What do you do, Todd? Do you stop it? Some dude's passed out and Travolta's sucking their dick. You stop that shit, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, Pugs has too much to drink and John Travolta comes along and tries to, like, whip out his dick. You're going to stop that shit. I would have stopped it. But anyway.
Pugs issues are a little shorter.
That's fucked up, Todd. Don't be talking shit. Pugs is not on tonight. Somebody's dialing my phone.
If he hears it, he'll enjoy this.
It's Travolta's lawyer. Who is it? I said allegedly. Oh, it's Chris. Chris is dialing me.
He never knows when to show. I'll message him.
You'll have to tell him. I will call him back. All right, so Mirror Images. What did you think, Todd? Because I think this is actually a really good example of erotic thrillers, and this is kind of a forgotten genre in a way. There's a lot of these that are not on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy this genre. It's who do you credit? You credit Basic Instinct?
It's funny. I mean, Basic Instinct. I don't know that Fatal Attraction qualifies as an erotic thriller.
I think it does. I just think it's kind of like the Black Christmas to the Halloween, or the Blair Witch to the Paranormal Activity. It did it first, or even the Halloween to the Friday the 13th, if you want to keep it a little more mainstream. The one who did it, and then it took a few years to that one that really caught fire.
Yeah. One that is only out overseas, although it's all region free, that really was a huge VHS hit was Inner Sanctum, another Olin Ray production, and that did very, very well. There were a lot of erotic thrillers from the early to mid 90s in particular. Well, really the 90s in general, but there were a lot of good ones around that time frame. And it's a genre that existed before, and it's a genre that still exists, but you don't get like the strip to kills and some of these films like that really, some of them were actually deceptively good movies. I mean, you look at a modern day softcore film, and not complaining, I have my fair share of those, but they can be a little bit tedious because the plot is pretty much non-existent, and it's just, I think for a lot of people, it's like I could just be watching hardcore porn. With these, there's more to it. I mean, there's some that, truthfully, they're not that heavy. Some of the body chemistry films, that's not wall-to-wall fucking and nudity. I mean, those films were actually kind of almost classy in a way. But Mirror Images, to me, not the best of the best, but I really love the vibe. I think it's a really good example of that. And, there's a few twists and turns. And the acting, I think, in this one's actually, for the most part, pretty good. Like I said, it's funny as shit to see John O'Hurley is in this role. I kind of would have thought, this is 92, so I would have thought he would have already have been on Seinfeld at this point, but maybe his character didn't show up till later. I don't know.
No, he wasn't. Mr. Peterman wasn't an original. Like, that was when Elaine got the job with, I don't remember what season. Now I'm going to look it up.
My brother is a Seinfeld mark. He's got that. He's got a giant portrait of Kramer in his house.
That's hysterical. I'll tell you like this. It was one of those shows, when it first came on, I watched the first few episodes, and I just didn't like it. It became a major hit, and it annoyed me. But then I watched it. I watched the run a few times on home video, and I loved it. And then I tried to do the same with Friends, and I was like, no, this is still garbage. So.
Friends never won you over.
No.
I thought Seinfeld was funny. I never thought his stand-up was funny. I tried, and I'm like, I know he's supposed to be a genius, but he's not funny. He's just not funny. Yeah,
no dice.
Mirror Images needs no dice, for sure. Mirror Images, really, I would recommend it. I'm actually kind of curious to see which one you preferred between 1 and 2. Like I said, again, this is not quite the creme de la creme, but it's a really good example, and rating it within that scale of other erotic thrillers, I give it a 4 out of 5. Let's see.
This was 3 years before Seinfeld. He started Seinfeld in 95. All right, but
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I had to look now. Series started in 89. So
I was going to say it kind of makes sense that you wouldn't be doing softcore. Well, not softcore, but late-night titty flicks when you're on Seinfeld.
Erotic thrillers. Come on.
Erotic thrillers. But they're still titty flicks. I mean, they're titty flicks.
He was also in my personal favorite directors of the genre, Mr. Andrew Stevens' Night Eyes 2.
Andrew Stevens is definitely in the late-night Hall of Fame. It's a name that doesn't get as much attention as it deserves.
That's always the first one I bring. I am an Andrew Stevens guy. I think I'm getting a shirt made now.
You can't. You gotta throw in Jay Richardson though.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I still remember when he when he popped up in that lawyer commercial, and it was like late night. I still remember being at the hotel, and I was like half awake, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did the Titty Channel? Was it left on? And I'm like, it's Jay Richardson, the Fred Olin Ray legend, best known for Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers and a lot of softcore porn.
And and then very, very Bob. This is not a lawyer. This is only an actor. Now I'm calling someone else for my law help. I want Jay Richardson to help me.
I do want fucking Jay Richardson. If I'm in trouble, I'm calling the star of Genie in a G-string bikini. God damn it!
I was going to say, how many times do we see him solve cases of private dick?
Exactly. You have to rely on the star of Busty Cops too for all of your legal needs. All right, so on to our main event of the evening, Mirror Images 2, which came out the following year, 1993. Yeah, there we go. I lost my place there. Pretty much at this point, really the way. I mean, there were a lot. Basic Instinct definitely. I don't want to give it credit for starting it, but it caused a huge fucking wave of these movies, and this one features, I think, one of my faves. I'm sure one of your faves, Shannon Weary, who stars as the set of twins Carrie and Terry, a pair of twins who were separated in youth when their father murdered their mother and was in turn killed by his own bad twin daughter. Now the sweet-natured good sister has grown up to marry an abusive jerk. Trapped in a sexless relationship, she seeks solace with a therapist, but her problems are about to be compounded when her wicked sister arrives in town, intent on avenging herself on her double for past wrongs. I apologize. Even with the help of a private detective on her side, maybe not be enough when her sister becomes allied with her own husband. All right, so this one is definitely textbook. It's actually got a really good plot for the genre. There's a lot of twists and turns. You may not recognize the name, but Luca Bercovici, who plays the asshole husband and police detective, he was the director of Ghoulies. He also had a pretty good acting career, appearing in Parasite, Frightmare, Scanner Cop, Space Raiders. Did a lot of really good B movies. Pretty good actor. He actually plays a great asshole in this one. Todd, what do you think, and which one do you prefer?
It's a hard one. I mean, I like both actresses. I think because she has a bigger body of work, I might slightly prefer Shannon Weary.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a really hard one. Like I said, I like both. I think this one's a little darker, which I kind of liked. It's one of those things. I don't know. And this was the one I literally felt like we had like a titty of 10-minute quota, which I'm not complaining about.
Yes. And not like I said, it's not quite as they're not like 69ing each other or anything, but there's definitely a lot more skin in this one.
Yeah, not a bad. And it wasn't, and it never felt like super gratuitous, like you mentioned. The other ones sometimes can come off. It was more than like, well, it was more than say the average Andrew Stevens film, but it didn't distract me a lot. I don't think. I think it worked well, and I really dig this one. Do I like it better? That's a hard question to answer.
I might prefer it slightly, simply because I think Weary. I do like Weary better. Yeah. So I don't know if that factors into it. I also think Luca Bercovici is actually a little bit better than Jeff Conway. He plays a better asshole, I think, than Jeff Conway did.
You're gonna argue. Well, you're gonna argue your way into me agreeing with you, but since you haven't figured it out yet, do we now know the FPW connection?
Oh, wow. I was assuming, is it this movie then? I was thinking it was Bikini Car Wash, and I just missed somebody.
Nope, it is this movie.
God. XPW Connection. I know I'm fucking missing something.
You are.
Go ahead and tell.
Frank Pesci, the one who played the salesman in this, was also in Beverly Hills Cop 2, Midnight Run, Rocco and Jocko's uncle.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Damn. I guess I just didn't. I guess I just didn't make that connection. I just went right over my head.
Which I still to this day think it was weird they got him to do XPW skits, but
he was friends with somebody. I mean, maybe Rob Black let him stroll the XPW library like New Jack.
I'm sure.
Here's 50 copies of Forced Entry. We just need you for a couple hours.
So that's what I got to get a hold of? So that's what I got to get a hold of?
Exactly, yeah. We need Frank. You have him on your flag?
I don't. Fuck. Now I need it. If he hits one of those God conventions.
You're in California, Todd. Just figure out where he lives and knock on his door.
I'm going to stalk him now. New mission.
There you go. And now you need to edit that out. Like somebody's going to take out Frank Pesci and they're going to come looking for you, Todd. But that's okay. Yeah, I do slightly prefer two. I don't know why, and it might really just be the cast. But this one actually I thought kind of sucked me into the story a little bit more too. I was pretty invested to see what would happen, and it has one of the funnier, I think unintentionally funny lines where the evil sister's fucking in her bed, and she's just like, I want to fuck on her bed so she smells me on the sheets. I thought that was a bitchy and hilarious line. I popped for that. I'm like 10 years old. What can I say? But yeah. It gets the same 4 out of 5, but I do slightly prefer it.
Did I even rate the last one? I don't remember if I did or didn't, but it was a 4 on that one, and I'm with you on this one too. I'm 4 out of 5, and again, we didn't mention this. This one is also available on Full Moon Streaming.
Yes, not on DVD anywhere that I'm aware of. At least, again, not in North America. So you will. Pugs is contacting us. Everybody's trying to call me during the show. So, all right. So, yes, there you go. Check these out. We're going to have a lot of, different, shorter shows like this once in a while for certain stuff that's hard to fit into our regular Flesh Wound Radio, but stuff we'd like to talk about. And I almost feel we should talk about searching, but it doesn't quite fit with this, so we'll probably do that one next week. I like that one a lot, actually, though, if you're looking to see one this weekend, which this weekend for me, it looks like Operation Finale, Kin, and Little Stranger. So we'll probably have all those for you. So tune in. We will have our regular Wednesday Flesh Wound Radio this coming week, and we will also have Squared Circle Society for you on Thursday. And be sure to check out fleshwoundfeatures.com for all of your shopping needs. Flesh Wound Dan on eBay is on there. My eBay page, and you can get all
I don't know
of your.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. That's all.
I was just saying. I don't know.
UEW.
I don't know why you're laughing. We still got one more thing to talk about.
What did I miss?
Do you not remember what we said we were going to get back to at the end? Federal 5.
Oh, fuck. Oh, there we go. I was like, did I not watch something? Oh, okay, yes. Federal 5, yes, the notorious, really probably the most notorious adult films of all time. Probably one of the more controversial mainstream cases, maybe next to Tracy Lords. Oh, Pug saw it. Good.
Yeah.
We're pulling audio from that.
All right. Easily sidetracked we are.
We are easily sidetracked, but this is a bonus show, so yeah, sidetrack away. Yes. So what were we saying about that? I know forced entry, which I should also say is not the forced entry you might think it is. This is Extreme Associates.
This is the third one.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
And
well, here we go.
Most brutal.
Yes. All right, well, I don't know how much do we want to see. Cover agents. Well, do we want to basically? Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna read what happened, just real quick, so people who are unaware, they will know. On April 8th, 2003, the premises of Extreme Associates were raided by federal agents, and 5 videos were seized. The USPS Inspection Service and the Pornography Unit of LAPD, Organized Crime and Vice Division, had conducted the investigation leading to the incident. On September 5th, 2002, a U.S. Postal Inspector had joined the Extreme website. Postal inspectors then viewed clips on the site, ordered 3 videotapes which were sent to an agent in Pittsburgh. On August 6, 2003, Black, Borden and Company were indicted by a federal grand jury in Pittsburgh on 10 counts of the production and distribution by mail and the internet of obscene pornography materials. Black and Borden faced a maximum total sentence of 50 years in prison, a fine of 2.5 million? Jesus. Or both. Extreme Associates,
It's a lot of money for a porno.
Yes. Extreme Associates, Inc. face a maximum total sentence of term and a probation of 50 years and a fine of $5 million. The prosecution sought forfeiture of the films in the indictment, all gross profits from the distribution of films, all property facilitate the alleged crimes, including the domain name extremeassociates.com. At the time, it was the first major federal obscenity prosecution in 10 years. I still think the whole Pittsburgh thing has always been suspicious to me because of the NBC had just made.
Oh yeah, it's totally fucking bullshit, that case. I mean, they had no case. I mean, it's ridiculous. These were adult movies, definitely of the more extreme nature, that they just decided to go on some I don't know, holy quest against crusade.
I still think if he wouldn't have pissed off the promoters in Philly, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But
Black probably talked himself into it, but it's still bullshit. It really is. Oh no, I was just going to say, what do you think would have become of? Well, I think Extreme Associates would have lessened anyways, just as the pornography industry kind of faded a little bit because of tube sites. But what do you think would have happened with XPW if that lawsuit never happened?
Well, the first thing we should say is those who listen enough. Yes, XPW was basically done because of this lawsuit. I don't know. I'd like to think it'd still be thriving. I don't know. It
would it have gone PC? Would they be working with WWE?
I absolutely do not think they would have gone PC. Rob Black's always been like a fuck that kind of guy. I think the one thing that could have happened is that 90s, early 2000 mentality, fuck the world type stuff may have like started to become less like it just wouldn't have meant as much.
Yeah. I God, though, of all the things that we're missing right now, XPW, my God, that is an alternative. I mean, we talked about alternatives in wrestling, and goddamn was XPW an alternative. No, there's very few that are truly adult promotions, and none really in that way. So XPW's always left a huge hole.
I remember seeing they needed a feature for Entertainment Tonight on too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
go.
Go ahead.
The pornography connection was so rare and just unique as well.
Well, now we can go over what the movies were and the exact stuff. Okay, sense going into that. Zakari remained in business during the trial. He continued to market and sell the 5 tapes that are at the center of the prosecution as the Federal 5, with a portion of the sales going to his defense fund. Buyer of those materials do not break the law, since the mere possession of obscenity, unlike the production and distribution, is legal. The movies involved are... All right. Extreme Teen 24 contains a scene of a native supposed young girl being talked into having sex by an older man. The acts involved...
But not the actress.
The actress involved was over 18, but was dressed and acted like a young girl. So, in other words, porn? I do think I have this one.
I was going to say, I mean, that was such a technicality. I mean, how much porn out there has a girl in a cheerleader outfit or, schoolgirl outfit? I mean, it was like they were just grasping at straws. I mean, I know that wasn't the major thing that got them in trouble.
Now we get to one. Now we get, if you have a weak stomach, it might be time to check out now. I'm going to give you a couple seconds because it's going to get kind of gross. All right, that's long enough. All right, Cocktails 2. Various scenes of women drinking vomit, saliva, and other bodily fluids.
Yes.
I don't think that's a hard stretch to figure out. It was the director's cut version of the film that was cited in this case, which I believe was only available on the website.
Factor.
It is.
Yeah, that was more fear factor than porn, as far as I'm concerned. I don't see anybody whacking off to that one. I don't know. That's not my thing.
Here's one I believe I have also. So, I might only be missing... Okay. Ass Clowns 3, and this is a classic, and you can see Rob Black's fuck the world mentality on this one. A female journalist is being raped by a gang led by Osama bin Laden. The journalist is freed and the gang members killed. The director's cut also contains a scene where Jesus steps off the cross and has sex with an angel.
That was, I remember an image from that, not an explicit one, of the cross that they used in one of the reports. Because, I mean, again, this was national news.
Yeah.
And I remember them showing that, and I was laughing at it. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But,
and the people are like, oh my God, how could they? And we're all dying. All right, 1,001 ways to eat my jizz. Described on IMDb as 11 women performing oral sex on men and eating foods covered in semen. This film could be considered obscene because it appeals to putrid interests and the literary or otherwise socially seeming value is questionable. All right, here we go.
That's pretty fucking vague.
Yeah, the granddaddy of them all. Forced entry. The film depicts being beaten, raped, and murder. Wait, sorry. The film depicts the beating, rape, and murder of women by a serial killer who was eventually killed by a mob of vigilantes. There are 3 scenes with graphically portrayed rape and murder. The women are also spat on. Extreme Associates website called it their most controversial movie, and a stunningly disturbing look at a serial killer, satanic rituals, and the depths of human depravity. Forced Entry was directed by Lizzie Borden and released in 2002. Again, it was the director's cut version of the film that was cited in the case. And then there was also 6 clips that were also brought on as Valerie Jo Spit, Jewel, PZ Summer Breeze, DP Gangbang 7 Gen X, Mia Cum, and Adel Ass. What the fuck is that? Pyrations 1? Yeah. So, okay.
Are any of the Federal 5 on DVD?
Cocktails 2.
Was
Cocktails 2, Ass Clowns. Wait. Why is it showing a DVD cover for... It looks like Forced Entry was released somewhere overseas. Looks like Italy.
Oh, you have to hook me up on Ass Clowns. Let me know where I can get a copy of that. Yeah, because Ass Clowns was the one I remember with the Jesus stuff, which was so fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, we'll review those at some point if we can. We just got to get them all together and cover it. Yeah, so yes, we'll be doing another one of these soon. Like I said, next week we will have an all Wild Eye show, and we will be joined by Pugs Dread of the Horrified. Always a great show with him. We will have a surprise. I'm just going to say Harley Quinn and leave it at that. But probably not what you think. Todd, you're going to have to pull some audio on that because holy shit, was that interesting. And at some point we may have Audrey on. She has some funny stories that I know she'll enjoy sharing. And I think I already plugged everything. Yeah, Flesh Wound Dan on eBay. You can access that through fleshwoundfeatures.com. And tune in next week. 2 shows.
Yes, we will be back next week with 2 shows as I'm trying to find our exit theme. For some reason, Benoit seems wrong, but screw it. All right, we'll be back next week.
Stop Benoit. That's okay, though.
So much hair for a newborn. We need to start planning his baptism and his holiday outfit and, his birthday party.
Sure, but, how long are you planning to stay?
If you're one of those who goes to meet your newborn nephew and stays until his first birthday party, switch to Cricket Wireless. Use your phone as many days as you want in Mexico without extra cost. Smile. You're on Cricket. Requires eligible plan. Minimum $55 per month. Data speed usage and other restrictions apply. Coverage not available everywhere. See store for details.
Oh, so much hair for a newborn. We need to start planning his baptism and his holiday outfit and, ooh, his birthday party.
Sure, but, how long are you planning to stay?
If you're one of those who goes to meet your newborn nephew and stays until his first birthday party, switch to Cricket Wireless. Use your phone as many days as you want in Mexico without extra cost. Smile. You're on Cricket. Requires eligible plan. Minimum $55 per month. Data speed usage and other restrictions apply. Coverage not available everywhere. See store for details.